to tell you about our ultimate bridal wedding contest. We've been telling you about it. Were you recently engaged? And if, of course, you are, then what we want you to do is go to our Facebook page or our KFDM page and go ahead there, put your announcement on there, and then complete the entry form, upload a picture of you and your fiance, and then say why you feel like you deserve to win our ultimate wedding contest. And, of course, there's 3 winners. 2 of the winners, the second and third prizes, win $1,000 in gifts and prizes, and the top winner wins $2,800 in prizes.
Wow.
And Emily, I know, right? Isn't that awesome?
That's awesome.
And Emily Wheeler, she joins us, and she's from the city of Beaumont, and you're one of our sponsors. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Man, it is awesome. We were just talking about our weddings and, you know, some of the venues that weren't available when we got married, but talk about what the city is doing and the venues that are available nowadays.
Well, we have 4 venues that are owned by the city, and they're all in downtown Beaumont, which is starting to really become the hub of activity in our city. Yeah. And there's a lot of fun things going on there. We, of course, have the new downtown event center, which is at the lake, and it is a beautiful scene. We do have a lot of people think that we're overbooked and that we, don't have any dates available. That's not necessarily true. We are booked for quite a few Saturdays, but we have lots of Sundays and Fridays open, and just give us a call to check out what we have. And then we also have the 2 theaters, the historic theaters, Julie Rogers and the Jefferson. Both amazing places to get married, very unique. You will not have friends that have gotten married there, so that is a good place. It's very unique, and although it is becoming more popular, they're both very affordable and beautiful. And then we have the Civic Center, so if you're having a big wedding, that's a great place to have it, and we have food service there, and all of our venues come with tables and chairs and microphones, and we're pretty much the complete package. So.
And one thing I wanted to point out is that, I was randomly downtown one day, and, I just saw like a couple, and they were out there taking their pictures, and she had the full wedding gown on. I guess they had gotten married that day. And I thought, you know what? I mean, there's just so many places where you can take beautiful pictures. I mean, it's just kind of the whole atmosphere of downtown.
Yes. Downtown has become a main focal point for people to take their engagement photos and bridal portraits. And we actually offer bridal portraits in the Jefferson and the Julie Rogers Theater, which create beautiful backdrops. I even took my bridal portraits at the Julie. So I recommend giving us a call about that, because you won't find a prettier place indoors to take your photos.
And talk to me a little about, so when a bride or groom calls and says, hey, I want to have my wedding, I want to book a venue, what are the steps that follow that? I mean, is there catering involved and things like that as well? I mean, are those options that you guys have on the table? Yeah,
absolutely. 3 of our venues do have a caterer that is contracted at those buildings, and so we connect those for the Julie Rogers, the Jefferson, and the Civic Center. We'll connect you with that caterer. The event center, you can bring in your own caterer. So if your grandmother wants to do your food, that's fine. That building does not have a kitchen. It has a prep kitchen. So we do have catering options, though, available there. You can really use whoever you want. And as far as the process, you call. If we have the date available, it's yours.
Awesome.
You come in and make a deposit, and we pretty much leave you alone until right before your event. And if the date's not available, we do have 3 other venues to choose from. And so we end up, a lot of times people call about one building and they end up falling in love with another one. So we can show you anything you want to see, and they're all pretty much walking distance from each other.
Yeah, so come take a tour and see which one actually fits your style, your personality.
Sometimes you don't know till you see it, kind of like the dress.
Absolutely, and that's when you know that you have it. Absolutely.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Lots of venues to choose from, and of course, the money stays local, and of course, we like that as well. We'll be right back. You're watching Southeast Texas Live.